I'm going to show you about Keelung, downtown Keelung today. And I'm going to show you about the route that we are going to walk by. So right over here is the E Square, right? So later we will walk out by the Keelung Harbor and then walk across to Dianji Temple. And right after Dianji Temple, we will head to the main beauty, to the night market. And I guess you guys will be hungry at that time. Okay, so I'm going to show you the E Square. Right next to you is the harbor, right? From a famous Keelung photographer, Deng Shangxu. He had a picture of this. This is where we are right here. That was back to 1957. Okay. So why I stopped here? Because there is a very beautiful building that I would like to show you. A lot of people say that's the haunted house. No, but it's not. That's how it looked like before. It was built in 1931. Who was he? That's a picture of him. He was from Sanxia. And then in 1931, imagine there wasn't any bridge. You could see the best view of Keelung City. Let me give you a wonder of how it looked like before. This is a picture from a writer, Yu Fu. He drew this one. You can imagine how beautiful the house was. Yeah. So, and that was also the first building in Taiwan filmed by a Hollywood movie called The Same Pebbles. This is the one. Person who lived here before. It was a very famous Taiwanese watercolor artist, Ni Jianghuai. He stayed at this house and he created a lot of amazing artwork. Would you like to take a look and know what the view he saw and he created? That's the one. He painted in 1931. That's how we call the $1 million view. That's the view you see. Can you see? But will come back and forth, right? So they block the view. And this house kind of got abandoned. And they divided the house into different parts. One son inherited and art. And also right now you can see there is a roof, Hai Nuo, Wu Yuan Hao. So they all divided into different stores. But look at the decoration on the wall. It's still the same. 你们可以看地面，地面是一模一样的。So later we will walk by it. Please take another look. Sunset in Keelung Harbor. Okay, so that's the part of being mentioned. And we are at the harbor, so I have to show you something about harbor. That's Keelung City, back in Qing Dynasty. And Japanese use this picture because Taiwan was ceded to Japan in 1895. So when they came here, of course they had the time of Keelung Harbor actually was not very easy to use. They even have the sand island, a little tiny islet inside the harbor. So they remodeled the harbor 5 times. And this is another picture from Qing Dynasty. You will be able to see Crab Island, Horseshoe Island, Horseshoe Crab. This is right? So it's Horseshoe Crab. And actually in Keelung City, there used to be a lot of horseshoe crab. And the 2 islands were right in Keelung Harbor. So I'll show you this one. This is the female one. Everything. This is the data they found of these two little tiny islets. How big, how tall, and what's the structure of this island. So after they checked, so this is something I found very interesting. In 1897, an official paper to the presidential office building. They say, can we use these two islands? Can we use Keelung Harbor of the marine base? It's already up. And all kind of decoration inside the harbor. Keelung Harbor also play a very important role in history. This was the place. They brought a lot of officers, troops, and their families, and a lot of precious treasure for the National Palace Museum. So when Japanese built the harbor, they feel like, wow, that's something they achieved. Taiwan in 1923, April 16th, and even the date, the time, very precisely. Yeah. So this is about Keelung Harbor. So when you are in Keelung Harbor, you will be able to hear or see something. It's true. Is the one that you will see. I'm going to play. You can hear the sound. When you are by the harbor, that's the sound you will hear. And they do all the work. That's the sound of the harbor. Sound of the music when they leave. So everyone in Keelung would know, oh, Majestic Princess is leaving Keelung Harbor. And your mind just floated away with them. Okay. Majestic Princess. That's the sound will be in Keelung City. No matter where you are, you will hear this. No matter you're in office, you're cooking, you're at the night market, you're taking naps, you will hear that. Oh, I want to travel with them. Yeah, so that's the Majestic Princess. And when they depart Keelung, you will see a lot of people by the shore filming and waving to the ones on the cruise. Isn't that nice? That's the word. It's like the Hollywood mountains of the Hollywood. So when we come to Keelung, we can see the sign, Keelung sign. And then we'll have to come to Keelung Harbor. And Keelung Harbor is most of Southern Island. Taiwan Regional Coast Conservation. You can see over there the coast of Keelung. So there's the full ocean of Keelung. And Keelung Coast is like a chicken cat. So the Keelung Coast what's the price?
Special chip. Special, you can find a special species. What is the species? You know. You know. You watch it. Eagle. It's like black cat. It's the only one in the world can fly in the harbor. Then watch the eagle, watch the sea, and watch the cruise ship. Enjoy a good time. It's the tourist.
Earlier, you can look at the Okay, this is the angle to show you they have construction of Keelung Harbor, and also you can see the mention. Can you see? That's the Keelung Harbor. Can you see? The Keelung Harbor right here. And that's the Tai Chi mention on the corner. Right there. So we are at Keelung Harbor. Can you see this one? Famous song. When I play the music, you know how to sing after him, right? And I will show another one. So we are at Keelung Maritime Plaza. That's over there because of the car is kind of loud. Okay. Foundation, the temple, the original structure was in 1880, but in 1946 they built a newer one, a bigger one. They hired the most famous architect at that time. The Zhengnamwei architect, Yang. A very famous one.
多漂亮！
And then change it to wall. Wonderful, beautiful message. It's still very, very similar. They did some remodel for sure, but for upstairs because it had more space. Okay, so now we will walk straight and turn left, and we will walk along with So if there is anything that you want to ask or you need help, we believe that the city guard is like a judge. Traditionally, we always enter from the left-hand side, that is the Dragon Gate, and leave from the right side. So it's the left of the god or goddess. In Chinese society, left is always more important than right. So that's why I purposely say You enter from the left side. That is the Dragon Gate and leave from the Tiger Gate. But due to the pandemic, we have to scan the QR code and take our temperature and alcohol. So we will all enter here. So when you enter, remember to look up. But mind your step, because it's an old structure, there will be up and down the steps. So take your time slow. I just want to show you this. There will be an abacus. They calculate all the good and bad you did in your lifetime. So we always have to remind us, be a kind person, because on the last day of your life, there will be a computer. They enter your card. When you go to a temple, sometimes we will need this drop money. The gold one is for the god and goddess. The silver one is for the dead one or spirit. So of course they use this. They will use in the center line is for the god and goddess. So for showing this step, we have to show carving is called open work. It's from one piece of rock. They carving with a story on top of it. What are the stories? It might be the story of the story of all the gods, and also the story that we learn for the moral standard. Like you have to be. When you come here, you know the story. You know, oh, that's what we should follow. That's the. Here's the door step. For showing the step, don't step up. You step over. Step over. And let me show you a close up. See the guy right over there. And how they make it. How they do it, we call it, this one you can write down, mortise and 榫接 and tenon. And how they do it, mortise and tenon, they have to measure all the wood. The ones they put on, let me get my flashlight and get a close look. 它的原创跟它后来出来的是非常的接近。1946, we got a treasure in Kilo, and a lot of people didn't know that. And this is how it looked like. The name, and then I explain later. Yes. So this is the part I want to show you, and more upstairs.
Huge savory bread. This is the Denkai said that when they are on day and night parade, they wear a necklace with dozens of savory bread. They give it to the followers. On the day and night parade, this year they give on to share with the family, and that's how they get blessed. Okay, so because the door on each side are closed, normally we enter the temple from a dragon door and get out from the tiger door, because we don't want to be devoured by the tiger the other way around. Okay, and put $100 into that box to get 8 incense stick and light incense stick. Say your prayer and count 3 times from inside out. Place incense stick in there in order, and then to general share. General share is the white in turban, who, along with General Sun, the black in turban, who are the escort, the guardian escort. You the newly faithful in contest on the world will escort you to the Supreme Judge, 英国王. Okay? So, the second instance link will be for the city guard will oversee the well-being of the citizens. When the mayor of the Keelung city in authority, there is executioner. When you are finally here, and all your good deeds and the wrongdoing will be punished accordingly. Okay, follow me this way. Made of the igneous rock, it's called andesite rock, for the original temple before it's restored. And after you finish the rite, here is the joss paper furnace. Number 5 is Inferno, the wife of the city god. As you can see, the list is like Hello Kitty toys and cosmetic makeup foundation, cosmetic.
I'm going to introduce the Chenghuang Miao. Why are there so many Chenghuang Miao in Taiwan and in China? In ancient time, the king wants to rule the country. They want to introduce the idea, the good and the bad deeds. They want the help from gods. So that when the city mayor wants to run the country or the city or province, they build all over the country those temples, and they want the people know that if you do good deeds, you will have a chance to go to the heaven after judgment, and this is the core. So, no matter who you are, no matter you are rich or poor, you have power, you will know you defend your bad deeds. So this is the crucial place, and you will have a judgment. This is from Hainan, Kaohsiung, and Hsinchu, and mainland China. Yes, mainland China. They all emphasize this idea. He held this book. This is a 生死簿, the book of life and death. They tell you when you are going to die, the specific. And you can see the outcomes. And mirror in some temples. And your address, your age, the days of your birth, and you tell them what you want. You ask them the question about your career, your family, your friends, or examination. All your questions can be answered. And you ask God only yes/no question. If they are precise and uneven side or curved side, when they land on the ground, you throw 2 pieces of wood and throw it on the ground.
Our delegates already introduced many stories about the temple. I want to continue about how we communicate with the God. Since this God is the city God, and mostly he controls in the nighttime. And do you know about a lunar calendar? In the lunar calendar, every July in the lunar year, it was like Chinese Halloween. Every kind of ghost spirits will come out. There's only 2 times that this city god didn't do this job. There is one time very past ceremony. However, the god used this 8 times. 8 times to say no, we postpone it. So it's very rare and very like a big power. The temple has incense stick sparks, totally 23 sparks. Coming follow one another. And however, this place, the city God, it is written in the article to say we have this belief from very old time, from Zhou dynasty.
Actually, it's also not only for the god of teaching, it's also a place when they play Beiguan music. Beiguan is a very traditional music. It's just like when the god goes out for the big parade, a celebration, you need a band to play all the music for them, right? So this is the place where they practice all kinds of Beiguan music. And they even give free lessons. So if younger generation, if you like to preserve the tradition in your bed, this is the angle, the only angle you'll be able to see the rooftop of the temple. In Chinese society, dragon play a different meaning or symbol to us. 剪年, the traditional ball, and then we use the diamond knife to cut it into pieces. Then there will be the petals that we will assemble. Then I have to fix all the angles. Can you see something? You can come closer. So I have to use this to make the right shape of the petal. And I put them on the plate. That's my peony. That's the old style. You will be able to see a gate. What's the name of the gate? Can somebody read it? 虎牢关. So 虎牢关, it's a chapter in the romance of the three kingdoms. So all the stories, it has a meaning behind it. And I'm going to show you what is the story about. This is the story. 虎牢关. When the three generals, Guan Gong, the god of war, Liu Bei, and Zhang Fei, they went and we call it homophone. 中国的将士很爱用同音的译 like bets for good fortune. 他们会用台湾的音，将士讲啊，你捡一个回拿，再拿。Okay, so this is a little tiny one over there. A lot of beautiful.
I think everyone, if you are interested in religion, you must know every year there is a procession in Keelung. That is the procession of Lord Chenhuang, the city of God. It's quite interesting. Many years ago, I thought the temple is a temple of yin, because in Chinese philosophy, yin and yang, yin is underworld. Now I know it's not a temple of yin, it's a temple of yang. So if you are interested about marriage, how it acts will help. Remember, don't point out the ball with your fingers. You're going to be punished. Okay? So when you enter the temple, just respect. But every time when you come back to it, just break the common ball, because they don't believe it's a temple of you. Every time, when I just break in front of the ball, I feel it touch my heart. I think, it's really dramatic. It's actually maquillage, all the colors and the characters. So I'm really fantastic by all the figures, even they are generals or gods of underworld. And one of the most important is procession every year. Why do I was interested in the procession? Because every time when the generals or the gods pass by, every time I just like it. If you call the old man, he's using the bagel, and I do a little bit salty, but very delicious. So every time when I just sit among all the kids, bagel. Yes, bagel. And the old man says, "Oh, good boy, good girl. Okay, here you go. Here you come." And the cookies, candies. So that's why I'm so excited and fantastic possessions of the Chenhuang, especially the Penguin. Under the venue, ask people to check. So if you kneel down and the Penguin pass by, you feel God and protect from him. So it's quite hard because you must wait for a long time. Sometimes the dog says, no, I don't want to pass here. I want to go here. The body of sea. So that's kind of a ceremony. So every from all around Taiwan. So maybe you type, thank you, next time. Yeah. Bottle of something from France or some good apples, pears from Japan and Korea. It's not that easy. So that's why, because of the harbor, we have this kind of industrial with the commission store. And this is the picture from Mr. Zheng. This is a very good book. Zheng Shangxi. That's the one that we will see when we turn right after the temple. And nowadays, of course, it's easy to order things on internet or department stores. But they still sell all kinds of snacks, coffees, cookies from other countries. Okay, so now let's say thank you to the big guy. You know, when you are on tour, temples, McDonald's, they are the best place. So this is the map of the blue color. You can see the blue color. That's the river. And this river is called Xu. It was a river. And the river is still around, down under, dirty, smell. It's a beautiful river in Keelung, just like the river in Italy. People can sit on gondola to enjoy the city, but because there are limited lands in Keelung downtown, the government needs to build some complex. The first floor will be the commercial store, like business or stores. The second floor can be office, and people can live upstairs. In Keelung, there are a lot of rents, so that's why it's perfect, right? You just go downstairs. We are on the same bridge. It was river. Right? So Tama, that means steps. So the top of the Tama, the top of the steps, that's the meaning of the book. Tama Dim, Han Zai Di. That's how it started. When you walk into there, you feel like you are back to the 70s. So later I will show you. And this is the fish market area. The red color is the one you can find all kinds of fish. That's the most impressive corner. When you see an image of the Keelung fish market, people will take from that corner. Shrimp. So you can buy freshly killed shrimp. So this is the fish market. Of course, you won't be able to see it right now. It starts around 12 o'clock. But if you come at 12, sorry, you won't be able to see much because they are still moving.
Long time back, I only heard about two things about Keelung. That's the harbor and also the night market. So I used to come here for the goodies, for the night market food. That was the only thing I knew about Keelung. But now in the daytime, it's very quiet, okay? But the real business time starts at midnight. And here, you come here around 2 p.m. you will find that this place is full of life and it's so vibrant that you won't believe that it's working.
Everybody, I am Sailor Ling Xiuhui. We are here in the biggest fish market So, the fishery, the fishermen will move the fishery here, so we go to the Kanadi to account because the fishes, when you go to bed, you are hungry, you want to sleep dinner. But after sunset, the sea world is dark, and the fishes has photosynthesis. Put the lamps down the sea, and put some food for the fishes. Then the fishes in the underwater and the sea will go to the light and go to see the fishes.
The fishing market attract a lot of tourists go to the village. Canadian fish market have a special building made. If you are a buyer, do you want to buy? You can nod your head. You don't agree. You have to shaking your head. Don't strong. It only opened 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. So we cannot relation the active. We don't be going to city card volunteer. I have no money. But we go to the Nyako night market. I wanted to start my trade. But please, everyone, you can feed a bit. You can eat a bit. Okay. Thank you.
And they will use the towel to cover their hands. So can I borrow somebody's hand? So this is 1, 10, 100, 1,000, and 10,000. Hey, everybody, please give the way for the scooters. Okay, please stay aside. I will talk later. And then everybody is arguing and like talking really loud. Can I borrow your hand? So they will be doing this, and they will tell them how much. That's their code. You cannot the piano. So they need to be trained, but they will be covered with a towel. But when Japanese came here, they just feel like, what are you guys doing? It's not an open price. It's not clear. So they started to ask them to change. So nowadays, when you come to fish market, they don't do this. They will be like talking like, and when they talk, it's not like, wow, that basket for $50. No. Right there, it's a red brick. And I use a famous artist, Mr. Wang Jie, his picture. But this is copyright, so I will move through that. So this is the original structure. They use red brick. And the only one there, that's the only one you can see if you have a chance to go in. And how they design the house is you walk in. It's very long. The front might be a shop, and they will have a storage room, and they will have the back room, and people will live upstairs on the second floor or third floor. And that's the only one you will see in the fish market. And I want to show you this picture. Oh. If you walk this way down, there are a lot of delicious food to eat. 它晚上是卖shellfish， 就是牡蛎，我们买那个野生的大牡蛎，一斤不，它是1包5斤。 over here, this is the vintage. Well, I don't want to tell you because if you know, next time I have to wait longer. The barbecue corn, oh my god. That's my comfort. It's not and we have to give away to test it. It's the traditional style of the white corn. But that is the original style. That's the type of the corn you got when you went to a movie theater when you were little. Together? And another? What's your red side being? So we will park here first. All year round. Okay. The name of this night market is called Miao. Miao. That's not a little So the road they're moving here and see that the rocks so people come and worship. A lot of times you bring when you worship incense, candles, fruit, right? And you put it in a basket. And after you pray, you communicate with God and Goddess. Then you relax. And when you walk out of the temple, maybe I should get something to walk. That's how they started. So at the first beginning, the little tiny vendors, they have a bamboo basket carrying their food from this art. So not only the one in Keelung, but also in a lot of night markets in different cities in Keelung. They all started from temple. 所以下次你们去看，只要有夜市的附近，一定都有庙。So I'm going to show you a picture of the main market. Remember, I mentioned it was super difficult when they sell all the way. Everything was candy shops were all over. So the next is now they are lucky. It's because travel to Taiwan. But if you are hungry, I will tell you number 31, the break point price. In Taiwan, they use charcoal. They didn't use gas stove. So you can custom design, like I want it to be a little crispier. That's the only one in Taiwan that use charcoal. And some people will try tempura in the night. It's for the tourists. Yeah, but as a tour guide, please don't say that in front of the stand. So I always give my customer a signal. When I say that's good, they know walk away. We got it after liquor, 红曲, the red culture, and 1 bite sausage. And number 22, if you like pork knuckle, they have the soy sauce base, the pork knuckle, and their braised pork rice is really good. It sticks in your lips with a lot of collagen, and the shrimp soup. And some people like to come here for a lot of fresh juice, like we have papaya milk, or like that's something they don't have in their society. So something interesting. And also pao pao ice. because the humidity in Taiwan is quite high. So a lot of time they want to have something cold. So Pao ice is one of the choice that I recommend. And also if they eat pork, one bite sausage. After my pork, I will give them about 30 minutes or an hour. Tell them to leave. Because this is only one temple. They won't get lost. And I say one thing good about temple is that for our mind peace, and they also have residence here. Keelung has many sightseeing spots, and Keelung Temple is one of them. And the Temple is presented January 24th. In the early days, so street vendors are here selling food and gradually came to the market. And now it's store is open from. So here are many snacks such as omelette, French fish soup, noodle soup. I'm joining first, so it's very tight for me. Yeah, and thank you very much. We still have 2 minutes. Oh, anyone have any questions? Oh, I did. So the teacher say the Chinese rice pork rice, yeah, it's also famous. And my mother also come here to buy this pork.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, it's the same. Today I'm going to introduce you Keelung Night Market. I will take very short 5 minutes because I know everyone now is very starving. Before I start, before I introduce you those food here, I want to night market from the we can always find food from the night market easy. If you do this activity here, so if you come to go to visit another place, it is like night market for food. Taiwan only very special. No other name. Just Miaopo is the entrance of a temple, and in front of 300 meters carry. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't count because I cannot always finish all food. Maybe 70 different food. But the first area is maybe over 2. And the second one. So 3 the other 3 items our coffee, our winter days, to buy a company to share the dish, so you can check everyone taste just a little. And then the vendor, the shop here, the boss is very kind. We're always willing to offer you another class fee on our floor to have you share each other. And this sharing is also, you come here
not only enjoy the food, but also feel just taste the cultural difference. Because you see, hello everyone. I'm glad to be here for your 5-minute tour guide. After 5 minutes, it's your afternoon tea time. I'm very happy to introduce this place. Why we will have Miao temple entrance, night market, all because of this temple. They can easily feel happy and not hungry. So, in the 7th century, a Tang dynasty general, he conquered Li Yue. So, the Shantou people, they can cultivate, they can have agriculture. That's why he is Hai Sang Shen. Where they come, they can have Hai Sang Shen Wang, bring them lucky, peace. That's why this temple is so famous. And we can see 19th century. So, in Japanese time, Japanese has their special flower bird pillar. And when our government retreated here, they have here for different Chinese local styles. So, because of this happened, at the time, nowadays, not only Qilong, we also have other Western food, but they may be not in here, but places, some streets. And young people, they like to order food online. During the night, I suggest go home later. You walk, especially the seafood street. Oh, the light, the flavor, make you cannot stop your mouth. It's time for go for it. Yes.
就来自以内，对。那今天大家都真的很棒，我们给自己拍拍手。
Your performance. Everybody is so excellent beyond my expectation. So don't worry that you will fail today's test. You will do better. You will do good. You will do good. Okay. Actually, if I have to make some comments about your performance today, if I have to give you some suggestions, I think my suggestions should be just minor suggestions to you. Because I know why I have these suggestions for you, because you only have 5 minutes for your briefing. It's too short. It's too short for everybody. I noticed that. So you just cannot give a very perfect introduction of the slide you are introducing in only 5 minutes. Okay, so if I say that, you don't mention the historical background, actually you only have 5 minutes, okay? So you don't have much time to talk about the detailed information. I know that. So I won't give you the suggestions about the contents. Okay, we know that our assessment is composed of 4 parts. One is the English fluency. I found everybody is very good.
at the English. And the only very minor mistake, very minor weakness I would like to mention to you is that come, you know, the English word ending with "n." When you say this word, you have to close your mouth for a second. Okay? I know you talk too fast, but for this word you have to close your mouth, and then your tongue will be much better. Okay? About the some English words. For some English words, you have to curve your tongue up. But I know some people will say, because you want to curve your tongue. But for some English words, you want to get to have to curve your tongue. Okay? I know there's another mistake. Okay, everybody is excellent, and I know that you will have mood to listen to my comment so that your mood is in the mood, okay? I would like to, actually, I have a wonderful student, have a very good time with you.
You guys did an awesome job. I feel your passion. That's the most important. We have accent. I don't remember the vocabulary. I don't remember the year. That's fine. But it's the passion that I feel. So amazing. So I feel really happy. But few things that I have to tell you. We can practice to read the word for 100 times, like the M. Like you have to remember to close your mouth when you say "come." And also, one word that I kept hearing you say is the word snack. 点心跟蛇 snake. I know we eat everything. But snack and snake 就两个不一样。你在讲的是美味的点心，他看的是蛇。Okay? And fish, yeah, fish, like a variety of fish or different kinds of fish. So 我刚刚有看了 fish. So some things that we can improve. That's the kind you want. So you are all well prepared. Well prepared is a very important thing because as a tour guide or volunteer, if you don't prepare, how can you present Keelung? How can you present Taiwan? I mentioned you're the ambassadors of Taiwan, so you don't want to give wrong information. You can look it up on your cell phone. You can look it up on Wikipedia, but you have to prepare. Okay? Okay, so before we finish today, I would like to take a good photo. The most iconic image of the night market is between the food stands by the lanterns. Okay? Let's take a picture here.